What is good, homies? This is Chris from the Small Hat Crew, joined today by Small Hat Nick.
Hey.
And Small Hat Manifest.
Yo.
That's Small Hat Manny of Manifest. Anyway, we will be jumping in to Extra Booster 01. New cards are being revealed. Primary archetypes are supposed to be Baroque Works, Impel Down, and is it Dressrosa? What's the third? Does anyone recall? I believe it's Dressrosa.
Honestly.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay, well, whatever. If it's not Dressrosa, I'll edit it onto the screen, I guess. I've got homework to do now. But, anyway, I guess before we jump into this, first announcement. First of one announcement. Now that we are past the holidays, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever, and then New Year's, the Small Hat Local is now back up and running every Saturday, unless stated otherwise. Entry $6, prize is $100 to first, $40 to second, $20 to third. There's a link in the description. If you want to participate, you can sign up for that. If you want to fund future Small Hat Locals and whatnot, you can join the Patreon. It's also the full unedited tournament every week will be uploaded there as well as a bunch of other random little perks and whatnot. I also put the videos on there early, so you can, like, new uploads are on there early if you don't want to wait for them to hit the YouTube channel. But anyway, anything before we jump into this one, boys? Enough shilling?
I'm just ready for the new year.
Oh yeah, and happy
New
2024. Happy New Year's, guys.
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess with that being said, then we'll just go ahead and jump right into this one. And we are starting with Viola, yellow character, 2 cost, 0 power, Dressrosa, 1000 counter. Blocker, on play, choose one of the following. Look at all of your opponent's life, then return them in any order. Turn all of your life cards face down. Well,
This card is just broken.
Yeah.
This card is realistically just broken.
You know what I love about, so remember originally, so we've got new captains and they're putting cards face up in their life. And I was saying, I didn't think we would get cards that would turn them face down because that would just be bad for, like, every leader that wasn't those three. It's bad for those leaders also, though, because they don't even want to turn their life face down. Black Yellow Luffy's just fucking putting cards from discard pile in there and then he's cheating them back out onto the board. And Ace just seems to be unplayable, so I don't know what's happening there. And then, literally, this doesn't matter to Sabo at all. So, the second effect is completely irrelevant. Turning life face down turned out to be bad for more reasons than I thought it would initially be. But that first effect is really good.
Oh yeah. And it's a blocker. I mean, it's just really good.
Yeah. A blocker for 2 costs that does... The only thing that makes you, like, wonder is... The only thing I do wonder is if Yellow's, like, getting to the point where this is something that they just wouldn't even think is worth, like, playing. I don't know. Like...
I mean, this card is going to be good for heroes, black yellow heroes, because it flips your life face down, so you get to use them to start popping shit again.
That's true. That is true. It's a good card. It's just, it kind of seems like Yellow's getting to, like, where Red was in, like, OPO1 and OPO2, where they just had so many good cards, a lot of cards just weren't worth running because everything else was so much better. So, like, obviously, I would think this card would see play, but if it weren't to see play, I could see, you know, why that is, because the yellow card pool is getting to be so absurd with all the recent cards they've been getting recently, so,
This is why I see it. I think this card, I don't know if every yellow deck will play it. I do see, like, but I do see, like, for example, like green yellow Yamato playing this for the fact of that, one, it's a chump blocker that protects the Yamato while the Yamato is just swinging hard, but also it lets you gauge how you want to come at your opponent. So, like, for example, like, you could play this, look at the life, and then, like, let's say you're playing against another yellow player or a red player and they have, like, a Thunderbolt, Jet Pistol, you know, something like that. You're like, all right, cool, I'm going to swing first. You know, I'm going to do this first then. Or if it's something where like, they have, like, 2 2Ks and then 2 non-2Ks. You're like, cool, I'm going to put these 2 non-2Ks here. So when I do the double attack on you, my other guys can hit you much, and I know much easier. You do not have any counter.
yeah, no, I could see that, especially since she seems to want to just wallet bind blockers now. The only thing that I guess I would question regarding that would be, since she's already running, like, on average, it looks like 8 2-cost blockers between Killer, which is draw a card on death, and Corazon, which is just amazing. If this card would be better than one of those other cards, like, if you would really want to cut one of those for this. Because the other one is a plus
I
one.
think it's the option.
Yeah, that's exactly where like I think it just keeps coming back to. I think the card pool is just so good that I don't know if she'll ever be like the choice. But either way, regardless, she's a great card. I don't even really care to do ratings, I don't think. So I think we just do without them, unless you guys want to do ratings.
We can do ratings. The only other thing I would want to say is if you are playing like the black yellow Luffy and you use the effect, but let's say you already have board control and you're not trying to get rid of your big guys right now because you really don't need to, you could just use Luffy effect, use this to heal, to gain those cards in hand anyways.
Yeah, that's also true. I guess, yeah, just having the option. Yeah, that's just
exactly like that's all.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want your ratings, you can fire away.
I give it a 3. Give 3.5.
3.5 is what I was gonna say.
Alrighty. With that, then we will move on to our next card. We have Zuma, blue character, cost 6, 7,000 power, / impel down, Revolutionary Army, counter 1,000. At the end of your turn, if you have 2 or less cards in hand, draw 2 cards. This card's amazing.
This card's bonkers.
This card is amazing. Now, I don't know if it's like people are doing with this card what they're doing with Weevil, with Doflamingo. I don't think this card puts Ivankov back on the map. But this, if you want to play Ivankov, this is an amazing card to have.
Yeah, this is definitely a core card. You play 4 of this in Ivankov. It doesn't bring Ivankov back, but it is a staple within the deck.
This card's so good. This card is amazing. Oh my god.
And my favorite part is like it doesn't say that you have to have even if you have the Ivankov leader. It could just be like a way to like make sure if you're throwing your hand out, you recoup your hand to some effect.
Yeah, it also gives 7 cost Ivankov another good 6 cost target. So you don't, because before it used to be kind of like, if I don't see Luffy, then this plays very suboptimal, but now there's this as well. And I honestly think this might even be better than single Luffy, so.
Yep.
You guys want to do, your ratings or whatever?
Oh, this is a 4.
Yeah.
This is a 4. It's not for the best deck, but it's a 4 out of 5 card.
You said, yeah, Nick, where's the...
Yeah, I said, 4.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, moving on to our next card then. We have Mr. Tube on clay, purple character, cost 4, 1,000 power, former Baroque Works, counter 1,000. On play, add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck as active. When attacking, choose up to 1 of your opponent's characters. This character has the same base power as the chosen character for this turn.
This card's fucking bonkers. I love this Bond Clay so much.
Dude, every Bond Clay prior was leading up to this.
Bro, I like this card. I don't think it's bonkers though. I think this card's perfectly.
What do you mean?
Bro, this card is perfectly
it outs
fair.
Almost anything for no Dawn investment.
This is a perfectly fair card. Realistically, if you're playing this card on curve, then your opponent is then on 5 Dawn. At most, you're copying 7,000 power. So it's not even like it's all that crazy. And then he's not surviving. If he becomes a 7,000 power character and then he dies, I don't even think that was all that crazy. I think that was just, a perfectly good interaction that I'm happy with, but it's not bonkers or anything.
Well, no. You're not seeing the full value of this card. Hear me out. What this card says, it's pay 4 Dawn.
Yeah.
To
you get the ramp.
To get a Dawn.
Right.
To get a swing towards character that your opponent has to either lose character or discard a card.
Right.
I mean, even then, if you choose
and then your opponent has to waste an attack on it.
Yeah.
And in the format we're in right now, we don't really have a lot of, by the time this comes out, the only thing that's going to be little baby bodies are the chump blockers. So that means your opponent is going to waste a chump blocker to go after this.
That's not true. Searchers.
Still, I don't know.
Okay. So the way I see this card is you play it early, you play it on curve for drop Rampadon,
right?
Or even on your 5 Dawn turn, Rampadon, you get to swing 7 with Looter, and then you keep this on board in order to either challenge a large character later in the game when it's been dropped, or to close out the game when you attack with a copy of 10k into the...
Keeping this on board sounds absurd to me in a meta where Gecko can just eat an
Kazuki is the
Absolom out of
only-
grave and pop it at any moment.
Well, yeah, but hear me out though. Oh, like, on to
Yamato
Nick's
can
point,
tap
he's making
it.
sense. He's making sense
Okay.
because because even for him, he pops a 2, so you have to find a way to minus this 2. So that means like, let's say you do play like Suro, like you play Suro minus 2, then use Gecko effect. That means you paid one Dawn that's also a 2K, then use Gecko effect
Establish
to
the
then
5K
bring
body.
it out, and then use 2 Dawn on the Gecko. No, well, we use 3 Dawn investment in total on the Gecko to bring out the lion dude to pop this.
Right.
You spent 4 for 4.
And you got a swing. You established a 4K body. The 4K body went +1 also because it popped a body on the board.
Yeah,
Like,
but you
it's-
generated a Dawn.
and you generated, and Gecko generated a body. That's like, I'm happy with that interaction if I'm Gecko.
I'm not saying it's not a bad interaction, but the thing is, you still dropped a 2K from your hand to do that, which means that's one less card of defense for later. And if
Well,
you
no,
keep
you're
doing
assuming
this,
Suru because they play Great Eruption as well, which
Yeah.
is just a draw them a card to replace itself.
Yeah.
So like they're still using 4 Dawn, generating a 5K body, doing a 6K swing to out your 1 body.
Yeah. Because essentially, like, the card's good. I'm not saying the card's not good by any means. Like, as the person most excited for Baroque Work support, I'm happy to see a card like this. I'm happy that there is a on-play 4-cost ramp. I'm glad it ramps active. I think it's a great card. It's just, I used to be very big on this card when I thought you could copy your own character's power. After realizing it is only your opponent's character, realistically, playing this on curve, it should never be climbing any higher than a 7-cost. It should never be climbing any higher than 7K power. Because if you're playing this any turn after that, this card's getting answered so easily. I like that it has counter. It's a great card. Again, I think this card is phenomenal. But I think for 4 Dawn, this is what I would want my card to be doing at this point in One Piece. I think if it wasn't doing this for 4 Dawn, I would be very upset.
oh, like another thing is like an interaction we're not 100% going on. It's like even if he's copying a 7K swing, and you can swing to your opponent with the 7K, and then your opponent has to drop 3K guard to defend.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
because honestly, that's the way I picture this card. If I'm playing, I know I'm playing this card actually. As the Blurple Croc player in the call, I love this card because it is a searchable 4-cost ramp. So it also, because it seems like you probably want to go second, it takes away having to put Zoro on the board and hoping he survives a turn. There is something you can put on the board, ramp a Dawn, it's active even, which is great. That turns on leader ability for Blurple Crocodile, for example. And then you get a 7K swing. That is the ideal interaction I'm seeing with this card. I think anything beyond that is high roll. That is, yeah, this card's, I think this is, we'll go for it.
I was gonna say because like Red could out this card easily. Just play Marco kills this card.
Yeah.
But they don't even play fucking cards to out shit much anymore.
They don't. Red somehow turned away from destruction. Yeah. And also it's like, because ideally I think I see this card pulling a 2K out the opponent's hand because most 5-cost characters, I want to say like 9 times out of 10, if a 5-cost is hitting the board, it's probably not a vanilla. It's probably a 5/6. But either way, he ramped it on. I would play him for the ramp alone. The extra ability or effect is just like a cherry on top. I would give this card a 4 out of 5.
yep, I'll give it the same thing.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 is fair. I mean, it's better. Like I would play this over Basil Hawkins, even though Basil's a trigger. I still like this
Yeah,
card more.
easy.
Next
This is-
thing after the fact.
This card is, I just like that it's searchable. This card's really good. Next we have Laboon, black character, 4 cost, 5,000 power, strike, animal, 1,000 counter. Activate main. You may rest this character, give up to one of your opponent's characters -4 cost for this turn. This card's phenomenal.
I was about to say it's like 4-drop Kuzan. It doesn't draw a card, but it gets counter, and you can turn its blade.
Yeah, I prefer the counter over the draw, if I'm being honest.
Same.
It is not searchable.
Not to mention it's -4 on the turn it comes out. So that alone also, I think, makes it better than
Laboon
Kuzan.
literally coming out swinging.
Yeah, and it also makes it like a more viable target to grab. Like, you're not playing it off the Rebecca, but it's a good target to pick up because at the end of the day, he still has counters. So like, you're never picking up a Kuzan off of Rebecca, you know?
Yeah. No. Like the only problem with this card is that it's just not searchable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is a good card. I like this card a lot. I think this card probably replaces Kuzan in a lot of scenarios. The only instances I don't see it would be like Sakazuki, for example, because they're running 2 searchers.
Yeah.
And that's grabbing Kuzan.
Yeah.
So, but either way, I think if you're not running Navy searchers, Laboon's probably the better card. I also like that it's not an on-play, it is an activate main. What was that?
I was gonna say I'd give him like a solid 3. I think he's a good card, but I think
Yeah.
I
give him. Yeah, I'll give him a 3. It's just nah. You know what? I'll give it a 2.5. I'll put it right in the middle.
Really?
Yeah, because the thing is like the game is getting so fast that if I can't search it, then it's almost I don't want to say it's a liability, but it's definitely something to always consider where it's like if I can't search it when I need it, then I just gotta hope to high heaven I draw it, and there's only 4 of them. That's why I see it. And then also especially because how the Navy searchers work, they don't work like the other searchers where the cards go back to the bottom. You just lose it.
Well, one of the searchers, you lose it. The other searcher, though, does bottom deck like the others. Tashigi, blue cost, 1 cost.
Yeah, but that's just how I see it.
Well, I mean, I agree with it, like it not being searchable is a detriment, but I think that's something that's something that would bring it down to the 3 for me. Or honestly, I might even still go like a 3.5. I like this card. I think this card's good.
Right.
But with that being said, we will move on to Brook. We have black character, 3 cost, 4,000 power / Straw Hat Crew, counter 1,000. All right, so we have searchable Nami card. We have on play when attacking. Give up to one of your opponent's characters cost -1 for this turn, then KO up to one of your opponent's 0 cost characters.
This card is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love this card so much.
It's another target for Rebecca to play out if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so good. This is a really, really good card. I like it
You know what's the craziest part about this?
What?
This card is bonkers in Garp.
Stop.
Oh my god.
Get some help.
Bro.
He's searchable. Bro, the Nami searches him.
The Nami searches this.
He's going to pop
just
everything.
lowers it just because you're giving Dawn and paying Dawn. I forgot how Garp works 100%.
So
But,
Garp
like-
is
When you give Dawn, you minus something. Higher.
whenever you attach a Dawn to something, minus something that costs 7 or less.
Exactly, bro. So you could like put in two on something, and then this, bro. Hear me out. All right, bro. Like
I'm
you
listening,
established
Manny.
this, dude.
Shit.
I'm sorry.
Like this is just better. What's the Kobe that taps
Yeah.
itself to KO as 0? This is just better of that.
Yeah,
so
but he
I
also
this card's
minuses.
like a strict- Well, that's what I'm saying. He's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I like this card.
Kobe fell off so hard so fast. That discard is so
Yeah.
bad. That discard's rough.
Oh no, I'm not even talking about that one. I'm talking about the one that just rests itself to pop something that's like a 4
Oh, the
cost
4 cost
1K.
1K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is just better.
I think
Yeah.
this is just better Kobe in general. I think it's better than the other Kobe also. I think.
Oh, true. Yeah, 3 cost 4K Kobe is just not good.
Yeah.
I think this is like a solid 4. I hope this sees play.
Yeah, I like this card a lot.
I give it 3.5.
3.5. God, I was sitting here thinking about Garp stuff, but that's literally a waste of time. So, all right, moving on to our next card. Then we have
man.
Cavendish, green character, 5 cost, 6,000 power, Supernova, beautiful pirates, 1,000 counter. This is the card that has a lot of law players coping. On play when attacking, if your leader has the Supernova's type and there are no other Cavendish on the field, set up the 2 of your Dawn cards as active. It's an amazing shambles target or shambles enabler. God forbid if you can somehow get 5 characters on the board with Law after, Sakazuki is already a deck. Hound Blaze is a card that exists. They gained a new event that takes 2 characters off the board. And then there's also, I was going to say Sakaluchi. There's also Lucci. So, I think Law is a well-oiled machine that is past his prime now. I can't see him ever hitting shambles efficiently again.
I think Raph was coping on this card with red green Luffy as well.
That's a good one.
Wait, who's coping on this with Red Green Luffy?
Raph.
I think it was Raph when we were at Warehouse 51.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. But
It halves the cost of red green Luffy, essentially.
that's the cost of Red Green Luffy. God, this. I don't know. I'm not that big on this card. I honestly am not. I can't picture it like being good anywhere aside from Law, and I don't think Law is it moving forward. I think from what we have seen, you know, just with current Sakazuki, it's already a problem. Then Sakazuki only gets better, and then Gecko gets added into the mix on top of it. It's
well, what this card I
also
think
play this in Mono Green Kid because he's Supernova, isn't he?
Yeah,
Mono Green Kid. I think he's Supernova.
Yeah, no, I mean, and he's a new Bonnie target, which is the first one in forever.
Lord knows. Bandai does not want to support like the OPO1 leaders.
I will just say this about this guy is that he what he does for red green Luffy is that he says that Luffy ability is 2 Dawn instead of 4 Dawn.
That's true.
That's one.
Yeah.
And then for LOL, I think what it does for LOL is that it allows LOL to kind of go a bit bigger, like taller. You know how LOL is always doing 5s and 6s?
Yeah.
It lets you throw in like a couple 7K attacks, but still have the extra Dawn to be defensive.
That's true.
So like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Even if you hard cast this, he's essentially a 3 cost 6K body.
Yeah. That's the way I look at this card. That's the strength I see in him.
So
I don't
essentially a 3 cost 6K. Yeah, there's
with counter. 3 cost 6K.
With counter.
I was about to say I like this card a lot. I'd probably say like a 3.5.
I say 4.
I'm gonna give him a 3. I don't know where his
Chris, you're wild.
is.
You're
Bro,
wild.
where is... Okay, alright. Because look, I'm looking at it like this. Of our green leaders that we are currently aware of.
Yeah.
Which of them want to play this? Like where would this... Where does he
align
with
but we're not
the win
talking about
con,
the other leaders. We're talking about
well,
this
no.
card,
But what I'm getting at is we
is.
have now 6 sets of leaders. We have extra booster leaders. We have promo leader. We have starter deck leaders.
No, he's locked to Supernova though, so like he doesn't have a lot of places to go to.
Oh, well, that makes it even worse then.
Yeah.
Never mind. So, God, yeah, okay.
Which is why I said like Mono Green Film Kid, or not Film Kid, but Mono Green.
Yeah, because I was getting at with the wide array of green leaders we already have, he doesn't have a good home. But then he doesn't even have the full selection. He's actually even more limited. He's locked to Kid. He's locked to Red Green Luffy. He's locked to Law.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this card ain't
The
it.
Supernovas. Who knew?
This card ain't it. This card ain't it.
It's a good card.
No. Do you want to see a good card? I'll show you a good card. Kazuki Hiori, green character, 4 cost, 0 power. Land of Wano, Kozuki clan, counter 1000. Activate main. You may place this card into your trash. Place up to 1 5 cost or less Land of Wano type character other than Kazuki Hiori from your hand into play. Then draw 1 card. This is a good card. This card's amazing.
Bonkers.
This card is amazing. This card is a stepping stone that lets you cheat 1 Dawn, which is kind of whatever, because you would just nag. But then she replaces herself. You draw a card. There's literally nothing bad about this card. This card's incredible. And if you're playing Kinemon, you lower her down to a 3, and then you cheat out a 5. So, you know, you can cheat out a Denjiro for 3 Dawn. You could cheat out a Yamato for 3 Dawn.
Yes.
Where you getting at, Manny? You're about to say something?
Yeah, no. Like I was just gonna say, like, like you could do that in Kinemon and then cheat out a 5 at 3.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, like, I get that, and that's strong in its own right.
Right.
But I still think this is more on the power side of the green red Odin, where this is supposed to be the Kinemon effect in a card.
Yeah.
Because you're playing a different leader.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I was just getting...
No,
me and Nick talked about this. We were talking about this card, and I remember the first thing I said was this literally just invalidates Kinemon. But, either way, essentially, this card, it literally has no downside. There's literally no... Like, if you don't have a proper target in your hand, you discard her for counter. If you do have a target, you cheat it out, and then you replace her with another card. This card is...
Even if she didn't have counter, honestly, fucking Red Green Kinemon gives her counter anyway. Like there was never going to be a downside to this card.
Odin, but yeah, no, 100%. This card is so good. Oh my god, this is a good card. This is a good card. Not that Cavendish bullshit. You guys are off your ass. This is what we need to be seeing from this point forward in One Piece. Power creep is now a thing. This is the quality of card that we need to be seeing moving forward. This card is beautiful. Art is phenomenal. Effect is beautiful and phenomenal. I love it. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
Ratings?
Art is a 5 out of 5.
I give it a 4.5.
I'm gonna give this card a.
It does everything you want it to. A Land of Wano.
Yeah, no, I agree. I also think I want to give it a 5.
Actually, I was about to say the only Land of Wano that's not gonna play it is Green Yellow Yamato. I feel like.
I can see that. Yeah, honestly, because Yamato herself is the win con. Everything else is just keeping her alive.
Yeah.
Oh my
The only downside to this card is that you need another card, but that's a very minimal downside.
Yeah, I think downsides like that become inconsequential the minute you give a card a counter, because it's like the minute my card no longer fulfills its purpose, it's like, all right, well, you're counter now. Yeah. It's zero cost counter. It's zero counter cards. That becomes like a very big issue, because it's like, oh well, shit, you don't fulfill your purpose and you're stuck in my hand. I fucking hate you. Like, oh, beautiful card. I'm gonna give it a 5. We have next. Here we go. Shut up and come with us. Red event, 1 cost, Drum Kingdom Straw Hat Crew. Counter, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put up to 1 cost 3 or less animal type character into play. Then place the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order.
Card sucks.
The card's fun. I think this is a really fun card.
I also think
no
this is a fun
trigger.
card.
It serves zero purpose. It should trash itself now.
This is a fun card. I do like that it is cheating to Dawn. You know, I think there's. I could always
giving them pseudo rush because it's being played during your opponent's turn. So that on your turn they get the swing.
Yeah, I actually like this card. I don't think this card will see play anything meta, but
no, of course, no. This is that cheeky animal, like, because we were getting animal support slowly, and people are always wondering, like, oh, like what if we make an animal deck? And this is just animal support until we get like an actual leader.
That's what I was gonna say.
That does something with animals or helps that play style.
Yeah, no,
I
this
think
effect.
The closest leader we have is Zoro, because a lot of the animals are low to the ground.
Yeah, I think the fact that this card won, it's cheating out a 3, and it puts it directly into play. Yeah. This card, I don't think this card will see play anytime soon, but this card, I think this is one of those cards that like you keep in the back of your head for a very long time, and it eventually does something. Because just cheating 2 Dawn for 1 is gonna be, that's fucking crazy. That's so good. That has to do something eventually, or it doesn't, because Bandai also keeps this card in the back of their head and they don't want to break it. Either way, great card. I don't think great enough to warrant me rating it though. You guys?
Yeah, no, I would say like a 2 or 1.5.
I'll say a 2.
All right.
It's a fun card. It is. It is what it is.
It is. Scratchman Apu. Green character, 1 cost, 1000 power. Supernova on Air Pirates. A 2k counter. On play, rest up to 1 of your opponent's cost 2 or less characters. Scratchman Apu has power crept Scratchman Apu. As I said in our Discord server, why would you ever play Scratchman Apu when Scratchman Apu exists?
Because you want to play 8 Supernova searchable 2Ks.
I think what you do is you play green purple Dofis so that you can play 16 Scratchman Apus, because there's green vanilla, there's purple vanilla.
Yep.
I think you play Apu Turbo. You just play Jory Bonnie to search him out. That's a deck.
Perfect.
That is one of the decks of all time.
Yep.
That is a funny deck.
I will say this though, this card is actually good.
Oh yeah, no, I think this card
is bonkers.
I think this card's amazing. Nick's been trying to kind of underselling this card recently, I feel.
Nah, he's wrong.
It is a 1 cost that taps a 2 or less. Oh my god.
It is a searchable 2K, bro. They have a 1 cost event that rests a 4 or less. This card's invalidated. Like, the effect's invalid. It's just a searchable 2K.
That's fucking crazy. What do you... An event?
That's
an event? This is a 2K that does it.
They have a 3
or it's a 2K? Nah, you crap.
Bro.
This card is so good.
Considering Apu's been staple with no effect this entire time, and now you give us an effect that can tap blockers, that could tap searchers, that could tap... Sugar's tapping yourself regardless.
Exists.
And then
he costs 3. This is 1 Dawn.
You pay 1, tap something, bounce, shamble. Bro, nah, Nick. You're not going to tell me this card's not good.
You are crazy.
There's nothing that this card taps that's good. There's what 2 less do you want to tap?
Okay, first of all,
one Perona exists. Let's get that out of the way.
all of the blockers that Yamato plays are 2 drops and less.
All right, so there's that. I agree with that. Also, not to mention, Corazon is a blocker that has been seen play in every deck he can see play in. That's also
the
relevant.
2-drop blocker in Gecko Moria that he gets to always bring back.
The brand new, so they can't Hound Blaze it.
Yeah, but anything that... So what's going to happen is you're going to play this card, rest it, and then you're attacking over a blocker anyways. So
no, you just leave it alone because you're playing Law at this point. You just keep ignoring the blocker.
This card is... So I think like you put that kind of utility, and it's like not only is it a 2K, it cost 1. It only cost 1. That is, you put that kind of effect on a 1 cost. That's crazy. That is so good. Literally, because like there's times where like Izo, just because he costs 3, maybe if he does tap something down, you still can't push for game just because you can't swing as high. This gives you 9 of the rest of your Dawn to play around with. That is so good. If you're playing Yamato, there's literally no downside whatsoever. She's gonna refund the 1 Dawn from him and then another Dawn from wherever else you go with it. You literally lose nothing. And worst end of the day, it's always still a 2K. It's a 2K that taps. And not to mention, if the game ever gets to the point where like 1-drop blockers become the norm again, this card's fucking absurd. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, if we ever go back to that meta where he has something to rest down, sure, it's a great card. But as it stands right now, I don't think he's good.
He already has targets. What do you mean?
He one of the best decks plays 8 to 12 2 cost or less blockers that this dude hits.
Yeah.
And the Gecko Moria,
you know what else Green plays that
blocker
does its job and better is fucking Hody Jones. This card is
but
the 7 cost?
That's 7 cost.
The 7 cost?
With Rush, yes.
So you're gonna tap a 2 cost with Hody Jones? Is that what we're doing?
If you're talking about tapping blockers, yeah, sure.
Bro, you wiling me right now.
What? Not to mention this card does it. And worst case scenario, Hody Jones, if I don't have 7 Dawn, 1, he's not doing anything. So I can't play him for I can't play him till my 4th turn of the game. 2, if that eats all my Dawn, I might not even be able to go for a game.
You were talking about playing this card on 10 Dawn and having 9 Dawn left over anyways.
No, I'm still going over multiple different scenarios. 3, if there is ever a time, the minute you have 6 Dawn left, Hody Jones is no longer a viable option. He's just a card in your hand. This card is still a 2K.
Yes,
this is a searchable.
You're gushing over his effect. I said he's a 2K. He's good. He's a searchable supernova 2K. His effect is mid as all fuck. It's not good. It rests at 2 or less, which is
the effect doesn't have to be amazing. The fact that he is a searchable 2K with a playable effect is what we are getting at. We're not gushing at the effect being amazing. It's just the fact that he even has a good effect.
All right.
It's a good effect on a searchable 2K that's cheap. Literally, utility on a 1 cost character that is searchable and a 2K. You literally can't ask for more from a 2K than that. That's like getting into fucking Otama territory. Like, asking for more is asking for more Otamas.
I was gonna say, yet Otama still exists. This card's mid. Otama's great.
Bro, you're crazy. Oh my god, you're crazy. This card is fucking phenomenal.
I say it's a 4.5.
I also say it's a 4.5.
I say a 4.
Next, we have Laboon, black character, 2 cost, 4,000 power, strike, animal. Once per turn, when a character is KO'd, draw 1 card and trash 1 card from your hand. No counter.
I'm just gonna say right away.
That's fucking awful.
He may be awful, but he gets a 10 out of 10 on cuteness. That dude's fucking adorable.
Fuck Laboon.
Fuck you.
No, I said Laboon. Fuck Laboon.
Chris was saying earlier that Laboon would die before Brooke gets back to him.
Don't say that.
I was saying, well, give him the full context, Nick. What did I say?
I forgot. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I said that Luffy would kill him.
Oh yeah, Luffy would kill Laboon.
Yep. Oh no, this card sucks. This card. Yeah, I mean, it's an animal. So, you know, if a red flag good leader ever is the thing that's not Garp, then maybe there's something there. Who knows? But this card sucks. So we will move on. Chopper, red character, 3 cost, 4,000 power, strike, animal, straw hat, crew, counter 1,000, blocker, Dawn ×2, when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 power during this turn.
I don't know why this character has blocker and a when attacking effect.
Choice. Gives you the freedom of choice.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the new 8 cost Navy guy we have. That is I think he's like gain 3k if he attacks, or he's a blocker. You choose one or the other. You need removal. Chopper gives you that option, I guess. If you don't, then you just leave him stood as a blocker.
Yeah.
You know?
I like this a lot because, like, let's say you're going after like 6Ks, he just becomes good because you give him the 2, make him 6. He swings, then minus that character by 3 is like, there you go. You need 4K to stop this. He's just like this character killer for no reason.
Yeah.
I like this card. I don't think it's his play, but you know, they've made him the perfect cost where he's synergizing with all the animal support. So really, like, it's like he's a 3, but realistically, he should be coming out for free most of the time. Either he's coming out off that event, he's coming out off that other chopper. He's just being cheated out. He's being cheated out. He's a 4K blocker.
Funny enough, you know, this card's actually really good in LoL.
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean?
Well, one, he's searchable because he's obviously a straw hat. He's searchable. So on the turn where like you could where you just play him to build your board for shambles, he's your blocker.
Right.
Then on your next turn, he goes and swings. Right. He swings. He goes after like whatever minus his 3, does his thing. Then you shambles him back because he's a red target. Play your LOL. Your LOL bounces something else because he's a 3 cost. Your 5-drop LOL plays him, and now he's back on the board as a blocker.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. Because this card doesn't do anything the turn it comes out, I don't think Law gives any fucks about this card. The only cards Law plays that don't do anything the turn they come out are the 1-cost blockers, and they play the 1-cost blockers to get the shambles as fast as possible. So I don't know if I'm quite sipping that Kool-Aid, but
I'm on that.
I'm hearing you.
I'm on that Kool-Aid right now, bro. I'm on that Binks's brew shit right here.
That being sake?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't think Law's doing anything
like
with this card.
This chopper's like a 2. Like, I hope it does something, but I don't.
I give it a 3.
Yeah. Funk Freed, black character, 1 cost, 1000 power, / CP9, counter 1000. I remember you guys were saying this card's ass.
It is ass.
Let me see. Activate main. You may rest this character. Give up to 1 of your. Oh my fucking god.
Yep. No.
Give up to 1 of your spandom characters plus 3000 power during this. Isn't there 1 target?
There's a singular target.
Yep.
Surely we gain more, but I mean, like.
Now, check this out. You only even get his effect if you have a CP9 leader. So that means he's only really usable in Robin.
Lucci.
I was about to say Funk Freed isn't locked, but Spandam is locked.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god. What?
You can play Spandam in Navy. He just won't have an effect.
Yeah.
He won't even be able to search Funk Freed.
No. If you play Spandam in Zakazuki,
what the fuck is this?
he's just a 1-drop 2K.
This is terrible. This is the pits. Oh my god. This is about as bad as it gets. This is 0. Oh god.
Yep. I'll say negative 0.5 right there.
Holy shit. You can only play him in Lucci, and why would Lucci ever want to play this?
Nope.
Solid 0.
Yeah.
This
Mino
would
Chihuahua.
actually go on our. I was gonna say this would actually have gone on our list of like 5 worst cards in One Piece.
Yeah, we should probably revisit that at some point.
Yep.
Mino Chihuahua, purple character, 4 cost, 5000 power, impel down, Jailer Beast, rush. On KO, if your leader has the impel down type, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. This card's great. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
this card's really fantastic.
Good. Yeah,
this is really good. The Jailer Beast they're like running the grand tour of they're trying to hit every single keyword in existence, and they finally got into rush, and this is so good for them. This is great.
They really needed this.
Especially with this card, like it's a rusher that you can just cheat out with Lil Sadie. So essentially, it's your Zoro. It's your 3 cost 5K rusher, and then Lil Sadie, because Magellan never sees play again, I would imagine. So, Lil Sadie goes back to your hand off Hanya Bell later, because that's where I think, Impel leaders have to move, go moving forward. This card's I like this card a lot. And then it's a Zoro that if the Zoro dies, you ramp it on. So
there's no downside to this card.
There's literally no downside. This card's great. Well, I mean, aside from not having counter, but
Oh no.
Well, we don't know if he doesn't have counter because the text is covering.
No, we'd be able to see that.
Yeah.
We'd be able to see the bottom. Having hope. Okay. All right. The card that made Blue Dofi $180 in the 3rd most expensive alt leader from OPO1. We have Edward Weevil, blue character, 4 cost, 6k, 7 Warlords of the Sea, no counter, on play, draw a card. Great card. Not enough.
Card's amazing.
I was about to say, yeah, good card, simply not enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
It coming from me, Nick. Coming from me, a very strong believer in blue.
Oh, I was gonna say a very strong Dovey player.
Well, yes, I am.
No. But I thought what you were about to say was coming from me and Nick. Well, actually, coming from me, a very strong Dovey player. I was like, oh.
I thought you were going to throw immediate shade.
I didn't want to throw Nick's name into my opinion of this card, but nah, like this card doesn't fix the problem. It's something we should have gotten set 3, set 4. This is when we should have got this card. This card is coming way too late.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm not happy to have it, but like Blue Dolphin needs a lot more than this to make it even considerable to come into the meta.
Yeah,
but every step works, I guess.
It's crazy too, because in Dofi, so he essentially turns 1 Don into a 6k body, and then he draws a card. He pays 1 Don to go +2.
Yep.
That's really good.
But it's still not enough.
But it's not enough.
Not enough.
It's not enough. I've been saying it ever since OPO2, I think. What I want Dofi to get, I want him to get a 4 cost 5k Warlord, and it will say on play, tap 1 Don, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a 4 cost or a Warlord, play it tapped. I want Dofi to be able to cheat out a Warlord that cheats out a Warlord. I want him to get 2 bodies.
Chain Warlords.
That's what I want. That's what let's say I need, but I don't play this leader. Well, nobody plays this leader anymore, so. But, yeah.
Actually, people were playing this leader in what's his name? I feel bad. Joey's
Hard Pirates?
Yeah, his tournament over the weekend. There was a Dofi in like top 16, wasn't there? Blue Dofi.
There was. And yeah. Well, boys, what do you rate this card?
I rated a 4. It's a strong card in the deck. It's just not enough to bring it back.
Yeah, 3.5.
Miss Monday. Oh my god. If you were in the Discord, when this card was revealed. Oh my fucking god. The debate that broke out, the argument that ensued. Oh. Miss Monday, purple character, 3 cost 5k, Baroque Works. On play, if your leader's type includes Baroque Works, give up to one of your leader or characters plus 1000 power during this turn. 0 counter. Trigger, Don -1, play this card. This card's ass. This card is ass. The argument already took place in the Discord. Opinions have not changed. This card's ass. There was like 6 people saying this card was ass. There was 1 person saying it was good because Purple Crocodile can play it. Off of Mr. 1. Mr. 1 has like almost no good targets. You're saying, well, there's also Miss Merry Christmas. Miss Merry Christmas is a blocker with no counter. So I was like, okay. And then me and Brandon were like, let's see the list. They weren't even running Mr. 1. It's like, what the fuck's happening here?
Yup.
This card was so close to greatness.
Oh my!
If it had just said until the beginning of your next turn.
Yes. Oh my god.
Incredible card.
Before the translation was figured out 100%. I was so hopeful. The fact it had no counter is what made me think it could potentially do that. The fact it has no counter and all it does is give your leader 1000 for the turn. Ridiculous. Ridiculously shit. So bad. I can't wrap it. Like, and it is a 3 cost 5k with no counter. I remember, so the point that came up in the Discord argument was that 3 cost 5k characters do not see play unless they do something really good. So when you look at a 3 cost 5k character, you have to be looking at stuff like Pero and Kyros. This card doesn't come up even like remotely close. Doesn't hold a candle at
Zora.
And then, so that was like the point that was brought up. It was like for 3 cost 5k, it's like it doesn't have counter. And the effect doesn't warrant not having counter. And they were like, you're so stupid for trying to compare this to Pero or Kyros. It doesn't even serve the same function. It's like, we're not even at that point. It doesn't matter what the function is. We're still trying to get past over whether or not this card even justifies to place it in your deck with 0 counter on a 3 cost 5k. It doesn't. All it does is give your leader 1000 power. It's so bad. It's so fucking awful. Oh my god. This card is... I wanted to say that I thought this was the worst card revealed so far, but that Funk Freed... that Funk Freed, it's hard to compete with that as far as being ass goes. So
Not wrong.
I will give this a 0 because I gave Frunkery a negative 0.5.
this card is also. I don't care if this card has a homing triple crocodile. That doesn't mean anything. Like, it means literally nothing. Ass. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Scarlet Black character, 2 cost, 0 power, Dressrosa, counter 1000. Activate main. You may trash this character. Play up to 1 Dressrosa type character card other than Scarlet with the cost of 3 or less from your hand rested. Then give up to one of your opponent's characters cost -2 during this turn. This card, so realistically, I think this card has one good target, and that's Kyros. I think if they give this card more viable targets, this is a good card. I think if the only good target remains to be Kyros, this is not a good card.
I'm looking through Dressrosa cards right now. There's also the 3-cost Suleiman, which isn't awful. It's just an on-play when attacking, give something -2 for the turn.
Yeah, so those don't do anything. Like, this card doesn't synergize with that whatsoever. Because this card basically says play Kyros, pop a 3. I mean, you can also play like Leo.
Yeah.
But like at that, I mean, you could.
Well, you could also play this to establish like a Bartolomeo. And
you just
then
play the Barto,
just swing into it.
Well, yeah, but you -2.
You mean Barto blocker 2K?
Yeah.
Is that
That's what he's talking about. It comes out rested. That was the issue.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Never mind. I forgot.
This card has no good
missed
targets
the
outside of
rest
Kyros. If this
Never
card gets
mind,
more
yeah.
good targets, this is a good card. If it does not, this card's ass. That's
Yeah.
where this card is. This card has the highest ceiling. It has all the potential in the world to be a good card, but it needs a better card pool. It doesn't exist as far as we know, but more cards are being revealed. That could change. Who knows? And for that reason, I will not rate this card.
Yeah, no, I probably won't for now, because like even in the cards that we just talked about today, like what's her name, Viola is a yellow Dressrosa card, so we could see more yellow Dressrosa for Kyros, and there could be something just busted in there with this.
True. Also, next we have Charlotte Flampe, yellow character, 1 cost, 1000 power, Big Mom Pirates, 2K counter. On play, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand. Draw 1 card. This card's really good. So this is, yeah, it's a 2K that draws 2 cards. And like, you could like argue that picking up a card from your life, you know, it could be pretty costly. But like, we've seen leaders like Black Yellow Luffy that thrive on being on 1 or 0. And if you're a leader, if your opponent's competent, they won't put you there themselves. So you'll have to get yourself there on your own. And this is a card that enables that. It's a 2K that enables that and then draws 2 cards in the process. And then after you draw the 2 cards, Luffy then puts 2 cards in your life, which are then probably hitting the board.
Yeah.
So
no, see me the way I see this card, it's like in an L. This card's busted in an L. It's like cool.
Yeah,
I'm going to just drop myself and draw 2. And then the cool thing is that like you could do like cool Katakuri combos where you're like play this game, I'll like take take the life, draw a card, play Katakuri, putting this back on top.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
I'm just glad this card's not Wano, so that way 5-drop blocker Momo can't just put it into your life. Because other cards are.
I like this card.
I think this card is very good.
It's a very good
card.
card.
And it's a 2K.
It's a very good card. I don't know if I think it'll see play or not though, because yellow's been getting the best 2Ks in the game. Like, yellow's 2Ks are ridiculous. They have one that cycles your life.
Yeah,
They've just gained one that looks at the opponent's life, and I'm also not even sure if that one like sees play. There is one that has rush. There is Beji. So like we could get to the yellow card pool could potentially be at that point where like this is a good 2K that might not even see play. Because at that point you're just picking like usually
2K.
your best 3, your best 2 or 3 2Ks, and I don't know if this is that one. It's just gonna come down to leader. I think like in Black Yellow Luffy, this is probably obviously one of them, but like this is a good.
No. Well, I was just gonna say I give it a 3.5. I think it's a very good 2K. I think it does everything that you want to for card advantage. I think it's better in the Enel deck versus the other yellow decks because unlike Enel, where his effect will just give you extra life regardless of your other cards, in the other yellow decks, you are kind of required to find either a way to use this card like Katakuri, or to continuously heal.
Well,
That's
actually,
the reason why with
what's it called? Blue Yellow Ace. He puts a card from the top 5 cards of his deck in his life. You can just play this, take that 6 life to your hand, and draw a card anyway.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I think this card will find a way into, like you're saying, just certain yellow decks. I say this is like a solid 4.5.
Yeah, this is one of the, I think it's gonna be one of those ones that probably isn't like a staple yellow 2K, but the decks that do play it will be very good in those decks, obviously. Next we have Logetown, 2 cost, blue stage, East blue, activate main. You may place this card and 1 card from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. Draw 2 cards. Trigger, play this card.
Yep, this is the last card we have revealed, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't care for this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I saw when this card was first released, people were saying it was Nami support. And then the argument very quickly turned to it's not, because you draw 2 cards,
it doesn't get
but
rid of the cards,
your
it puts
deck
it to the bottom.
Yeah, your deck doesn't get any smaller. You just put the cards on the bottom of the deck. It's like you could set up to like just draw those cards off a peel off or something, but at the end of the day, that's like you having to set up your last turn. You have to set up the peel off and stuff. This is not.
I'm going to say, like, I can see the argument for this being Nami support to put like 2 dead cards at the bottom of your deck and draw 2 useful cards, so that way you can just mill the last 2 cards off of like a gavel or some shit.
Yeah.
But even then, it's very situational.
Yeah, this is this card ain't it. It's like the one thing I guess worth noting is that it's not leader locked whatsoever. So I guess if another like leader wanted to try to have some kind of a draw engine, this could potentially be that, but this is not even a good one. So yeah. I don't know. There is.
I mean, it is a 2 cost card that lets you cycle 2 cards out of your hand essentially itself in 1 card.
Yeah, that is true.
But for 1 Don more, you could just play peel off.
I was gonna say for 1 Don less, you could just play Kaya.
Also valid.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, then you lose the 2K Kaya versus this, because the thing is, even if you Kaya, you -1. This is you play this, then you put this card and the 1 card to the bottom to draw 2. You just net.
Yeah, but that would be that would be an argument for why Kaya is still better, because Kaya gives you the choice of being a 2K or doing the cycle, whereas that is its only function. Like, this card can only be that, and if that's not, if you're in a position where that's not what you need to be doing, like you need to be countering and you need 2K counter, Kaya can go, okay, I'll just do that instead.
But you're giving up a 2K to get more counter. That's kind of
but that's you making the choice though. If that's not what you need to be doing, then you don't do it. If you do need that though, then you can do it. Like, Kaya giving you the choice is not bad. That's crazy. Her saying you can pick A or B is always going to be better than this card saying I am only A. You know, this is one of Kaya's 2 choices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the taking choices away from people is never better, you know. But either way, this card sucks, and
it's like a 1.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's a 1.
Yeah, I'd say like a 2. It's below average, but I wouldn't be surprised if it found its way into a deck.
Yeah. I think the card sucks. It could maybe see playing something. I don't know. I don't care about it enough for it to warrant me thinking about a rating of it though. So I'll leave it at that. Anyway, with that being said, that is the last card. Anything you guys want to say before we close this one out?
I just want to say to everybody,
Small Hat Locals.
What?
Yep, Small Hat Locals. Yeah.
You one at a time. What was? What the fuck was that? What was that? That was chaos. Okay.
Well, we were both going to advertise the Small Hat Locals.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay, I was also going to advertise it after you guys did whatever you wanted to do, and you guys chose to do that. So, okay.
Go ahead, Nick. Take it away.
I was to say, yeah, don't forget about the Small Hat Locals this weekend with Chris and Manny, as well as if y'all feel like it, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. We're at 2,500 subscribers. Thank you guys for doing that. You didn't have to. Discord server is here. It's where we'll be hosting the tournament, so don't forget to join. That's going to be in the description as well. And let us know what you want to see. If you have anything that you think that would be good for us to cover.
Manny?
Love it.
Okay.
Nah, I love it. He's perfect.
Yeah, no, literally perfection. Well then, I guess, yeah, as Nick and Manny both said at the same time, yeah, Small Hat Local, it's a thing. It exists.
Patreon.
Sign up for it. Patreon is also a thing. It also exists. Sign up for it. There's also a Twitter. Follow that if you haven't already. I promise I will start using it. I keep forgetting it exists. With that being said, though, until next time, we'll see you guys.
See you guys.
Later.